Flu season preparations are underway as vaccine manufacturers are stepping up production. Meg Terrell reports.
Every year around this time, the world's biggest makers of flu shots announce how much vaccine they plan to supply for the upcoming season. This year is setting records.
This is about 15% more vaccine than we've ever produced before. Both the public and private demand for this upcoming season has been tremendous.
The four major makers of flu shots together say they plan to supply almost 200 million doses of vaccine to the U.S., up from about 170 million last season. Fewer than half of American adults and about 60% of kids typically get the flu shot each year. Now, public health officials say they plan an even greater push for vaccination this year amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
In a system where some states, some localities have their hospital systems taxed to the maximum, the last thing we want on top of that now is to have beds that could go to COVID patients be used for influenza patients.
Every year, the flu sickens between 9 million and 45 million Americans, causes at least 140,000 hospitalizations, and leads to between 12,000 and 61,000 deaths. The flu shot isn't perfect, ranging from 20 to 60% effectiveness each season, depending how well scientists predict which strains will be circulating. But the CDC says the vaccine still prevents millions of illnesses and thousands of hospitalizations and deaths from flu each year.
Influenza vaccination has also been shown to lessen the severity of illness. And so while we may get a mild case of influenza, there'll be less of the severe cases of influenza.
Meanwhile, public health officials brace for an unprecedented flu season amid a once-in-a-century pandemic.
That's another reason for getting the flu vaccine this year, is that you don't want to get COVID on top of flu or flu on top of COVID, because we don't know what the clinical manifestations will be. And we can only surmise or guess that they could be additive and it could be detrimental.
Experts say it's possible we'll see less flu this year because of COVID-19 related social distancing, but that depends on all of us taking action to protect ourselves and each other. Well, still ahead at noon, it's back to school season and Mr. Food's got a family favorite main dish that's weeknight friendly. No number 2 pencils or calculators required here.